Yo,
Yo,
what is good, my boys? December 4th, we are back with another episode of the Radical Souls Podcast, episode 38. I'm Daniel.
I'm Chris.
I'm Ethan, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button underneath for a giveaway.
Word. And if it's your first time here, hit subscribe. Bunch of content. We're talking about sneakers, we talk about sports, we got some fantasy talk. We are very brotherly love here, so it's a lot of shit talking and a lot of love either way. So it's a nice little mix of both worlds. I can't say no to that.
It is.
Yes,
It
sir.
is.
And then you got the Jubilees coming from Ethan very, very soon.
Yes, sir. Big giveaway coming through.
Yes, sir. Yo, let's get into this. Like I said, December 4th, we're gonna talk about our favorite holiday movies. Just a movie that you just have to see come every holiday season, no matter what. We're gonna get into the NBA. Got some big news, and that could really just change the scope of the league for the next 2-3 years, give or take. And other big trades and signings that we've seen. So we definitely got to get into that a little bit. And then our usual game picks. We're going to be talking about the NFL, all the matchups, what we like, what we don't like, and ultimately who we think will win most of these games on Sunday.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Yo, so guys, I don't know about y'all. I've been on Netflix looking for some movies for the holiday season. I've been on Disney Plus. I already saw one with my family. I forgot which movie it was. It was like 4 days ago. Don't mind me. But long story short, I still need to see Elf. Like, that's one movie that come every holiday season. I'm like, yo, I need to watch Elf. I don't care how it's going to happen, but I'm going to watch it.
Ow! Son of a nutcracker!
Elf.
Wolf is.
Yeah, Wolf. That's like an instant classic with Will Ferrell.
He's too funny in there.
Yeah.
What about y'all? Yo, what's that one movie that y'all like, yo, I need to see this. I need to see that. Like,
What do you think, Chris?
My like instant like Christmas movie is Home Alone.
Hey, I tell you what I'm gonna give you, Snakes. I'm gonna give you to the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow, no good keister off my property before I pump your guts full of lead.
All right, Johnny, I'm sorry.
I'm going. 1, 2, 10. Keep the change, you filthy animal.
That's like my. Yeah, that's like my. I just remember it growing up and like that was like my brother's favorite movie, and we'd always just sit down as a family and just watch it like on some real corny like ABC Family type shit. Whenever that was the only movie Home Alone would come along and everybody would love that movie, so we always sit down and watch it. So,
what about you, Ethan?
Going between you guys, definitely Elf, Home Alone, and then usually I watch The Grinch.
Yes.
My son died.
The Grinch!
That's the go-to.
Much of it is Christmas. I just love villains in general, so that Grinch just plays a nice part.
yeah, it really
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, like the Grinch is just it's that movie, dog. Like that's always been the go-to too. That's literally my 3 movies, like 1, 2, and 3 in order. Like basically
Yeah.
just
Can't go wrong with any of them.
not at
Yeah,
all.
nah, not at all. So.
But you know, we'll see that, and then come December 22nd, we'll be watching some basketball, yo. And I'm so hyped for this season. Where y'all want to start? Y'all want to start with the Lakers? Y'all want to start with the big trade? We give our winners and losers of that trade.
Let's start with the trade. I'm feeling the trade. How you guys feeling about it?
Yeah, I'll let you start off with the trade.
I love John Wall and the Rockets. I don't know why. I just love him on the Rockets. Way better facilitator than Russell Westbrook if he's healthy. Boogie can get back into it because they know each other like that. And Harden will let him do whatever. I felt like a nice triple threat going on if Boogie stays healthy.
Yeah, literally took the words out of my mouth. So there you go.
I think it's all around good for everybody. It gives Bradley Beal somebody else because I feel like Bradley Beal is kind of like that KD role of I'm the scorer on this team and I need help from somebody scoring, and John Wall hasn't been there for the last 2 years. And I don't know, I feel like Bradley Beal and John Wall like low key lose to crash, or like they just never got it out to the public. So I
agree.
feel like this might be a little bit better, especially because Westbrook has the last few years kind of played that role of, all right, I'm gonna step back a little bit, not too much, but just enough. So I feel like it's a good trade all around for everybody.
Yeah, I agree with both. I agree with both of you guys. I mean, I think it's a really good trade, just all around for everybody. It needed to happen. Eventually, John Wall was going to leave the Wizards. It was just a matter of time. So it was good that it was in this fashion, and at least they get some good for him. And he just, how can you say, it's not just in some sort of stained way like most
Yeah, like,
other
all right,
NBA
bro.
superstars are.
Well, pack your shit. You're going to the Kings for 3 players and a pick. So yeah, peace out, man.
Yeah. So it was cool that like even Bradley Beal came out and said something like that was. I feel like it's a rarity now when you see shit like that happen. Like guys actually are like, all right, you know, it was good playing with you. Like that good sportsmanship. I feel like you rarely see that.
Yeah, nowadays people be like, "Oh, you want to trade me? All right, watch
Oh,
this."
you gonna trade me, bro? All right, bro. All right, bro. Fuck you too then. So
It does be like that.
You think that helps the Rockets in any way, shape, or form, and regardless, it won't matter what happens with any other team since your boy AD just signed a 5-year, $190 max deal to the Lakers.
I think it's winning another chip, bro. I'm sorry. Sorry for anybody who thought otherwise. No matter what happens, they're winning another chip. Sorry.
You think it's happening next year for sure? You think they're going back to back?
I don't. They might come close. They definitely might get into the finals again. Good chance of that. So, I don't know. How do you feel about the Golden State Warriors? You think they're gonna come back with any sort of strength or no?
I think they can make a playoff push, but to get clicking to get to the semis is gonna be kind of hard.
Very
Especially
true.
because you got Kelly Oubre, who's kind of like a little too much in his own head with his ego and stuff sometimes. You got Andrew Wiggins, who's just like really broken goods right now. Like I don't know what happened to him ever since he came out of Kansas. I guess all the trades and bouncing around, and they don't want me, Unc. They don't want me, Coach. You know, like they just traded him around and stuff. So I feel like that's not going to be good. And then you got Curry coming off an injury, Draymond Green, who everybody's kind of keeping eyes on. Like, yo, what's going on with you over there in that situation? Are you going to leave? Are you going to stay? How you feeling? So I think they make the playoffs, but first round is going to be the best they might be able to do. What's your take, Ethan?
I agree. That era with the Warriors taking over, that's over with. I don't see
Straight
them as a
up.
threat anymore. After the Lakers take over, I don't see them as a threat at all.
So
They play,
you got the Lakers going all the way down again?
we'll see. They got better players. They got Harold. They got Dennis Schroeder. They look more complete now.
Word, fair enough.
Word. Okay.
So let's play the what if game because I mean, who's a real sports fan without playing the what if game? Yo, if LeBron wins and ties with Jordan, what happens now? Are we talking about the GOAT conversation a little bit more? Does it still become irrelevant? Does LeBron surpass Jordan? What's your take on that?
Chris?
I'll let you go first, Ethan.
I say no, because it's sad to say, but he still got asterisks everywhere. You got the lockdown trip with the Cavs. You got this past trip that was COVID. So they're gonna be having so many arguments upon that.
Yeah.
And is Jordan. I mean, you don't. That's 6-6 compared to how many times he's been in the finals for LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron's
It's gonna
been
be an
to
argument.
9. So
I'm saying that he lost a good amount that he could have won. Mavs,
Yeah,
he could have won so many.
literally. That's no matter how many he can go to. Let's say he plays another 3 years, he can go to the finals the next 3 years, win all 3 years, and just the fact that Jordan went 6 for 6 is just going to trump that. So
Yep.
I I still have Jordan on top, of course. I mean, duh. Like, but I don't know. Like, I do think the argument becomes a little bit closer because everybody's main argument has been, well, Jordan got more chips. So what happens then now? Like everybody, like Ethan says, is gonna go straight to but the record of those championships. People will be like, man, shut up, you a hater. LeBron got all the records. LeBron got so many different records that are not gonna be touched for a long time. And it's I think the argument becomes a lot closer, and still got Jordan on top because of the record, of course. But yeah, like I do think it's gonna be something that people need to consider a lot more, especially when you start looking at stats and overall stuff.
Interesting. I
yeah,
agree.
no, I agree. I mean, definitely, like if he, for say goes 3 for 3 in the next, whatever 2 3 years that he plays, or 2 for 2, uh, you gotta compare them, and you gotta say that they're kind of equals, if anything. You can't kind of like shut them out the conversation as people have the past like couple years. So there's that.
Because if you look at that record, regardless, think about it. The losses have come against good teams. It's not like he's lost against like some dookie teams. Like I mean, the Mavericks were probably the worst team out of all those teams, but the Mavericks, I mean, they still were pretty like that at that time.
Yeah.
Well, you
Debatable.
had D-Wade and Bosh. Yeah, that's debatable. That was the start of the super teams.
Yeah, and then I mean, you got to go against San Antonio when they were like with Kawhi, Tim Duncan. They had everybody at that point, so it's a little more evenly matched. Then you had him alone in Cleveland a few times against the potential dynasty that happened of Golden State. So it's kind of like that's one thing that could kind of help him. At the end of the day, Jordan and Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman did their thing against whatever team came their way, and they did play some pretty good teams. So I mean, it's going to be an interesting debate. We
For
still got
years to
Jordan.
come. For a whole legacy.
Yeah, until Bronny James comes along, right? Or Mikey Williams, pretty much.
Basically.
That's something else I wanted to
Basically.
bring up with you guys. So, how do you guys feel about LeBron signing his contract in a way where he can become an unrestricted free agent when Bronny can get drafted? Do you think he did that on purpose to reunite with his son in the NBA and have a little Ken Griffey Sr., Ken Griffey Jr. moment, or that was just a weird coincidence?
I see the Ken Griffey senior moment. I definitely see that. I mean, he seems like the type of person to do something like that. So
Yeah, you think it's going to be a passing of the torch, him trying to pass the torch off to his son in the NBA on the same team and everything?
If LeBron could have played till he's 50 again, every one of his kids playing with him, he would love that for that to happen. So I could definitely see that happen. If you see him like now, he's always at every single one of his games. So him playing
yeah,
with him, oh yeah.
You think it's
that's
gonna last
facts.
long though, or you think it's gonna be like a one and done type thing? Like, all right, yo, I got 1 year left. Like,
I don't know. Brownie pisses him off. I don't know.
Yeah. So
yeah. So we're gonna have to see, man. I mean, what the NBA season is literally 2 weeks and some change away, and then we got the
Preseason next week.
scrimmage. Yeah, preseason literally next week. So it's time to get excited. Time to get ecstatic. And for our teams, it's time to already give up hope by next week.
yeah,
I mean, not like we're going into the season hoping anything crazy, but we'll see what happens. The expectations on some players that we already have might be going downhill very soon.
yeah.
So
I mean, I'll just be happy if the Knicks are mediocre. Just mediocre. I'm not asking for a lot.
competitive, not mediocre. I'll take
No,
getting blown out.
I'll take mediocre. I'll take mediocre, son. Like mediocre is better than just bad. You know what I'm saying? There's progressions.
But
We're
I want.
like down. We're down here. I'm cool if we just come right here.
I don't want to be mediocre. Though. I want to be competitive. Like I want to. Like if we're getting blown out by 20, I at least want it to look like it's a competitive getting blown out by 20, not just like, all right, yo, like go ahead, drop that three. It's fine. I'll let you do it. Keep a step in. Like,
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like mediocre, as in like
oh, okay,
500.
okay, okay,
Like
okay.
like 500. Like there's still nobody's in the league, but they're winning some games. You know what I'm saying? Like they're still out there and they're still playing. So
Ethan, what's the projector for the Thunder looking like, yo?
I'm the opposite. I hope we tank. We got more picks. We got more picks than players. That should not be allowed. How do we have more picks than players? This is horrible. Just
Bro,
tanking.
yeah,
All these persons.
knowing you guys gonna be like, yo, who wants our first overall pick for 3 first-round picks?
We're gonna do something
Yeah.
stupid during the draft, but I hope we tank.
All right, man, we're gonna have to see. I mean, hopefully the Thunder could look like your Bengals and look a little more competitive this season.
And we draft
with all the
a Joe
youngins.
Burrow. I'll be fine with that.
Yo, so speaking of Cincinnati Bengals, let's just get into the game picks right now.
Let's get it.
So we saw the Steelers and Ravens game already happen. That wasn't the prettiest situation. We're not really gonna have to talk much about it because we kind of talked about it yesterday on Fantasy, and that episode comes out tomorrow. So, you know, if you want to see what we said about that game, you can see it there. But Steelers won, so our weeks ended with Ethan and Chris going 11-5. You had me going 10-6. So overall records, I am at 108, 67-1. Chris is at 113, 61-1. And Ethan is right behind Chris at 110, 64-1. So after Chris started with all his booty-ass game picks, some way, shape, or form, he decided, let me just bounce back real quick.
Yeah, some good game picks.
So let's see what Chris says this week, because apparently we're going to have to start cheating off of Chris a little bit.
Let's just copy his stat sheet.
Bro, I was looking at some picks from like Bleacher Reporter, some of the experts, quote unquote, and those guys are like 90 and 60, 80 and 80, and I'm like, maybe we better experts than them.
So people go to Bleacher Report for their stuff, but they can't come here for their stuff. That's how it is.
All right, I'm saying we picked 100+ games correct, so you know what I'm saying.
That's good money lines right there.
Exactly. If you would have just bet, you know what I'm saying, on us, you'd have made some money. You'd have lost some money too, but you'd have made some money. You'd have came out positive.
I mean, at the end of the day, most of the picks have been like just major upsets that all three of us get wrong. But normally, at least one of us gets one game right.
Yeah.
So that's easy money. It just depends who you want to believe. If you want to believe me, that talks out of his ass sometimes. Chris, that sometimes gets a little emotional, or Ethan, that just be off sometimes. Your pick.
Yeah.
But Raiders Jets. We'll start with that. Yeah, I don't know why I just mentioned that. Raiders. Anyways, Browns Titans.
Yo, a lot of people got the Jets winning that game. A lot of people got the Jets winning that game. I don't know why. There's a lot of like,
oh my god,
quote unquote experts saying
for what? Why? For what? Like, fuck, man. Why are we gonna win? What do we need to win for? What? Against the Raiders? For what?
To give up that first pick.
In the win column.
Oh
you gotta put one. You gotta put one in the win
I don't
column.
care. Adam Gase already said he failed Sam Darnold. Get him out of here. Get your 0 wins and just keep it moving. Like, what do we need to win? Oh yeah, let's get this pride. What?
Let's get this pride.
God.
Yeah. So, there's that.
Chris, please don't play with me like that.
I'm just giving you information that Bleacher Reporter gives me. Okay, I'm just the messenger. Don't kill the messenger here.
Could
But like, what happened?
So it could happen. There's some injuries on the Raiders. You know?
Yeah, bro.
The Jets are so bad, dog, that if that happens, the Raiders gotta just they really just gotta stop. Like, there's no reason for that to be happening out here.
I don't know. Just been scoring high lately. What they had, 28 last week?
So
I don't know. You get that.
all right. Let's go into another really, really good 1 o'clock game that I want to ask you.
Can we talk about NFL?
Yeah. How do you guys feel about the Cleveland-Tennessee game?
It's funny because how many times have we talked about Cleveland, and Cleveland right now is 8-3, and they're kind of just a forgotten soul like of the league.
Supposedly, a lot of people are saying they're 8-3 is because they played some boo-boo ass teams.
I could look it back right now if you want, real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I can't quote saying that that's true, but let's see.
They played. All right, so week 1 they lost against both. You want to say it because it's in front of you real quick?
Okay, yeah, they lost against Baltimore. They beat the Bengals. They beat Washington football team. They beat Dallas. They beat the Colts. Barely beat the Colts by 1 point. Oh no, sorry, that's wrong. By about 10 points. Let's see. They lost to Pittsburgh. They beat the Bengals again. They lost to the Raiders. They barely beat the Texans. They beat the Texans by a field goal. They barely beat the Eagles, and they barely beat the Jaguars by 2 points.
So it's safe to say the Titans on this week then.
Yeah, I would. I don't know. How do you guys feel about Tennessee too? Because Tennessee is another one of those teams that people say the same thing.
What first game?
Yeah, like look, just looking at their schedule. I mean, I don't know though, because when they win by a lot. Like they put up a lot of points, bro. So
you got it in front of you? Or you want me to say it real quick? Because I got it in front of me already. The Titans team.
I got it in front of me. So they beat Denver barely. They barely beat the Jags. This is the beginning of the season. They barely beat the Vikings. Steelers game was postponed. They whooped up on the Bills 42-16.
Derrick Henry tossed Josh Norman's little ass.
Yeah. They beat the Texans, but it wasn't that off. Let's see. They lost to the Steelers.
Barely lost to the Steelers, though.
Yeah, lost to the Steelers by 3. Lost to the Bengals. Lost to the Colts. Then they beat the Ravens. And then last week where they beat the Colts and they put up 45. So
I think the Titans still get this game, honestly.
Yeah, probably got more faith in the Titans than I do Cleveland. So
Ethan, what's the pick, E? Because I know you be picking some upsets.
I got Browns winning this game.
You got Browns?
What's your reason?
What's your reasoning behind that, please?
The Titans' defense on the line is horrible. And all they rely on is Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. So that's straight 200 yards, easy for Nick Chubb. Defense-wise, the Cleveland Browns have one of the best D front lines. That means Henry needs to get past Garnett and that whole line. So if Henry has a bad game, they have a bad game.
Okay, I see your points. Still gonna go with Tennessee though. I got a feeling Tennessee's gonna pull out.
I think if everything lands the way that Ethan just said it, the Browns are gonna win. But I still gotta go with Tennessee because I don't know. Like I just feel like Derrick Henry. It sounds a lot easier to say, oh yeah, we're gonna stop Derrick Henry with our front four.
Until you look at Derrick Henry.
Until you look at Derrick Henry and see him going off for like 80 yards in the first quarter, you're like, oh, that's what I get for picking the Browns.
I mean, you think Garnett can't stop him though? Like if you see Henry and Garnett going at it, who wins?
Garrett.
I'm saying.
Myles Garrett.
He's not Josh Norman.
Yeah, I mean Garrett could win, but like the thing is, they're gonna double team Garrett if the rest of the line isn't that strong.
Sure.
So you got the two blockers going right there, and then he just follows and then busts up a hole like he always does.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to another 1:00 game. What do you guys want to go with?
Jaguars Vikings.
Okay. I'm going Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings.
Yeah.
Bengals Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Okay, this is actually a good one. This is one I've been hearing a lot of. Colts and Texans. And it's only because a lot of people are saying Deshaun Watson can carry the team pretty well. So that can make it a little interesting.
Really?
They got Kiki Cutie.
Nah, I'm gonna go Colts. I feel like it's gonna be a close one though. I don't think that one's gonna be any sort of blowout. So, but I'm going Colts.
I'm gonna go with Texans just because.
Because of Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, just because Deshaun Watson, pretty much. Lions Bears. They just fired Matt Patricia. You're not going to be seeing his dookie ass play calling no more. And the interim head coach is just going to be like, yo, Matt Stafford throw for 2,000 yards and I could care less. So who you guys got in this game?
Bears.
I got Bears too.
Okay, well, I got the Bears too, but I have to give the situation. So for the people that don't know at home. Saints and Falcons.
Yo, surprisingly, they're saying
Falcons.
this is going to be a really close game too.
That's because New Orleans.
Because New Orleans is just like – New Orleans is going to just be like, all right, we're in the playoffs. Like, fuck it. Why do we need to keep abusing our starters, and it's going to be unnecessarily close. So, but I'm still going to go with New Orleans. So,
I think if Julio Jones is back, I'm gonna go Falcons.
I think if Julio Jones is back, I'm still going to go New Orleans.
Just because I don't know, I feel like the offense is a lot better than people want to give the credit to. The Saints defense is like that, of course, but with Tyson Hill playing running back at quarterback, that's not been working out too well. So I think this is the week that it catches up to them.
Yeah, I got Falcons though. They just scored 41 points to the Raiders in 6, so can't be that bad.
Yeah.
Then we got the 4 o'clock slate. Giants Seahawks. I don't think we really got to waste our breath on this, right? No Daniel Jones.
Giants. Find out.
You couldn't even say that with a straight face. You're trying to make your point. You started laughing already.
I tried.
Yeah.
You almost did get me though. I'm not gonna lie. At first I laughed, and then you were about to make a point, and then you laughed, and I was like, yeah, he's not.
But though, for all the bettors out there, I would not bet that spread though. I don't think they're gonna beat them by 2 touchdowns.
That defense is terrible, dog. Especially after what they did with the Eagles.
Even without Daniel Jones, I feel like they'll still put up a point or two.
Yeah, they're gonna put up points. This defense is terrible, but the offense of the Seahawks is just that much stronger.
Yeah. So. All right.
I know people have a trauma after that last betting for the Seahawks. So
Yeah, I wouldn't bet that. That's bad dope right there. I wouldn't bet anything on that Seahawks.
No. Ooh, Rams Cardinals.
Ooh. They both look bad out last week.
But the Rams, I don't know who I trust more in this game. Like this is the game of, all right, who am I gonna trust this week?
I'm going Rams.
Yeah.
And I like Arizona, but I gotta be realistic with myself. I'm going with Rams. I feel like they're just a way more consistent team. So
I'm gonna go Cardinals. I think Jared Goff's gonna have one of those bad games again.
Yeah.
Especially with that secondary of the Cardinals with Buda Baker and Peterson. He's gonna have a long, long day ahead of him.
That's true.
Yeah.
What's your picky?
That's a hard choice. But I'm gonna go Rams.
That's gonna be
Only
that.
because, it's gonna be that Monday morning. I gotta look through everything. But that Rams defense is different.
Well, I mean the Rams defense is different, but the other half of me is kind of like, what do the Rams have on offense that isn't Jared Goff? Like, they got the wide receivers, of course, but Jared Goff cannot get going because everybody knows they only got the wide receivers. Like, that game is going to be done quick.
That running game is so hit or miss with it's first of all it's hit or miss, and then they have 20 billion running backs
rotating in and out.
Yeah, rotating it out. Then it's I don't know. I feel like I get it. I get the committee. Can we talk about the committee's force?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Can we talk about why this is a thing? I understand that I would understand a committee between 2 running backs. All right, you got to start a running back, and then when he gets tired after I don't know, driving down the field 50 yards, all right, you're going to give him 2-3, plays off, and then he's going to go right back in. But the 50-50 where
not even 50-50. Some of these are 33,
30. Yeah, things like that where you're splitting it between 4, 25, 25. As a running back, you're going to go in not knowing the atmosphere, not knowing, all right, this defense, we should go at this defensive line. He's tired. We should go at this guy because of this. Things like that, when you play football, you notice them. If you're hopping in and out, you don't notice that. I just feel that's my opinion. I feel like that I get it, but in game time situations, I feel like it's not the best.
You could see it, though, with the players, too. Some of these, some of the superstars, you can tell, it's happened with Alvin Kamara a few times where, he can't get going. They swap him out on the second down because he's not the third down back. I'm like, yo, what? Who started that crap, first of all?
Yeah,
third down back. You have a back specifically for receiving, one specifically for third down, and then one for rushing. I'm like,
usually,
doing a lot.
The normal running back is, all right, you got a power back and you got a speed back. And that speed back is for, screens and, tosses, things like that. All right, and then you got the power back that's just going to up the middle, or off the tackle. And that should be it. That should be as far as like interchanging running backs should go, in my opinion. But I'm not a head coach in the NFL, so who the fuck am I?
No, we definitely 100% agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta get rid of that committee crap, dog. That shit is so annoying. And not even from
Right.
like a fantasy standpoint, but like, what's worse than a Sunday night game? And you're like, oh, word, yo, Alvin Kamara's playing tonight. I can't wait. Next thing you know, you see Latavius Murray busting up the middle for 30 yards. You're like, wow, like I kind of wanted to see, Alvin Kamara hurdle some people, but I guess, fuck me.
Yeah. So, all right. What's the next pick you got before we run out of time here?
Yeah, we got 8 minutes 30 seconds. Eagles Packers.
Packers.
Patriots Chargers. That's actually a game that a lot of people have been talking about.
Chargers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers too.
I'm gonna go Patriots because the Chargers are probably gonna choke just like always.
I don't know what's happening with Justin Herbert, but that last fourth quarter, this is just not it.
I think it's the defense more. Like the defense just gives up big plays in the fourth quarter.
That's good too.
And like the offense side, they be having a lot. I mean, it's a 50-50 thing. You right? Because Justin Herbert also doesn't help the situation either.
Does it?
Broncos Chiefs. You think that practice squad wide receiver gonna go off this week at quarterback? All right, Ethan. I'm sorry, Chiefs. Anyways,
Damn.
football team Steelers. Will this finally be the week that the Steelers lose?
I don't know. They had a short week. You never know.
Nah, football team sucks.
No.
Another game that a lot of people have been talking about. Oh, you about to say?
But you just have 41. They're not that bad. All right, let's go.
So hold up, I stopped myself for you to talk about the Washington football team, dog. Seriously, I'm thinking, oh, you gonna say something about the Steelers? You gonna waste your breath on the Washington football team?
We're just looking for it.
This dude, you'll talk about AFC East team. So yeah, that's the Monday 5:00 game. The Monday 8:15 game is the Bills and 49ers, which Chris, is Josh Allen like that this week?
Just playing the 49ers, yeah.
I mean, the 49ers gave the Rams problems. That defense put up points against the Rams, and Richard Sherman was back there getting interceptions again. You had people fumbling. You know, Josh Allen got a fumbling problem.
Yeah. I'm still going to go with the Bills, though. I'll still go with the Bills.
I got Bills too.
I don't know. I'm really on the fence. Because part of me is like, all right, the Bills got no running game because of the thing that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Not letting somebody get going. And then, you know, Josh Allen has a fumbling problem. So if he runs, you're going straight for the ball, nothing else. And if you have a secondary that can hold down Stephon Diggs, and Cole Beasley, you already know where the ball's going. But I don't know. That offense is the other part that kind of has me like, that 49ers offense right now playing with, only one starter, I think, at any skill position.
That's it.
I think their all-star right now is like Jordan Reed, so.
They got Mostert, but that's about it.
And he's coming back from injury, right?
He's coming off an injury, and they got 4 running backs.
Yeah.
They got Mostert, they got Jeff Wilson, they got Tevin Coleman that's supposed to come back very soon, and they got Jerick McKinnon. So if you want to talk about overloading a backfield, that's your go-to right there.
They've been doing that since last year, though.
Yeah.
Facts. All right, yeah. I'll side with you guys. I'll say the Bills. And then we got the Tuesday night game, because who doesn't love Tuesday night football? You got the Cowboys and Ravens.
Cowboys. I'm being serious.
You got the Cowboys?
I feel like the Cowboys could beat the Ravens, so who am I? I'm going to pick my upset of the week. That's my upset of the week.
Cowboys over Ravens?
Yep.
Baltimore has lost 4 of the last 5 games after starting 5-1. You got the Cowboys?
You know what I'm
I got
saying?
the Ravens.
When you have COVID and you're Lamar Jackson and you coughing, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to run. You know what I'm saying? And Andy Dalton's back. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling it, son.
That defense is so good. They got the Steelers to 19 points. I can't.
He did a roll-off, yo. This dude is something.
Yo, when we come back next week and Dallas has won, just know I said it.
I mean, I was going to Probably go with Dallas. The only thing that would make me side with the Ravens is the defense of the Ravens. But if Lamar Jackson's out because of COVID still,
Yeah, I mean
I wasted that game
they
pick.
haven't activated him, right? Or
Nah, I don't think so. Have they,
I think
Ethan, activated him?
No,
Or?
they haven't activated him yet. No.
they haven't activated anybody. Have they activated
And the
Henry or
running
anyone?
back, nope. Running back, the tight end, nobody.
Yeah,
And
Mark
now
Andrews.
RG3 hits the IR too. So they're playing with that kid Trace, whatever his name is,
I mean,
McSorley.
he had a good quarterback rating. One of the
And I
most
mean
historic ones.
he threw a touchdown, so
I mean, you're playing against two rosters that are fully COVID up. I mean, can you really talk about this too much? Let me see if Lamar Jackson has been activated. Nope, he is still on the COVID list.
I still got Ravens.
So he's eligible to be activated with medical clearance on Sunday. So it'll go all the way up until Sunday when we do these game picks, maybe, if Lamar Jackson plays. And that is a very big if right now.
I still got Ravens.
So you have the Ravens. Oh,
I still
man,
got
I don't
Ravens.
know. Chris gave me a good reasoning behind it, but then, like, you always say that defense. I know how much you love your defenses, E.
16-41 to the football team. So, I don't know.
gonna be interesting. And especially I feel like now at the later of the season, games like that you think are automatic wins just end up being the sleepers. You're like, what the fuck? Like,
Oh, man.
I mean, if you're the Cowboys and you can't get to the playoffs in the East, do you fight or do you just let it ride?
This is a must win. Every week in the
yeah,
NFC East is a must win
for anybody,
for
literally.
everyone and anyone every single week because of how terrible that division is. Like,
Yeah,
a win puts you in first place this week, a loss puts you in last next week. Like,
That's true.
that is true. Well,
so we're gonna have to leave it there, guys. We'll be back on Tuesday. A little recap of the NFL week. NBA is supposed to be starting up literally around that time, and have some preseason games that we could talk about real quick and give our intake on everything.
Can't wait. Ain't about season.
Word, yo.
yeah.
But peace out, guys.
Peace.
Peace.